The end sneaks into the back room of Yoko's items and misfortune, but unknowingly gets seen by Sayaka, an employee of the store, who locks the door behind him. You're telling me that Sayaka, oh, no. Freaking Sayaka works at Yoko's items and misfortunes, huh? Okay. Good day, good people. It is another fine day in the year of the Ascent, the last fine Thursday in the year of the Ascent, isn't it? Oh, it's true. Toon Link, Dave, Anomaly, the Anomaly Cars. If you know me as the man who's about to rain Christmas down on everybody. But for right now, I'm the United States Aviator. Welcome back to another phenomenal episode of a very holiday episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games, because it is American Thanksgiving Day. We're talking some turkeys and some stuffing, green beans, yeet ball, all the fixins for Thanksgiving. And who better to celebrate Thanksgiving with than at Celeste Holiday Mansion? And once again, it's invite only. Celeste and Marco and her third partner Jin will all send out invitations, and here's who they invited. Of course, the Catowner's Paradise is here. Jin's just kind of walking around in the background, making sure everybody's chill. And clearly, Jin had to invite his two partners from so long, and not even so long ago, it was real recently. Gundam and Sonya, the Chunibiyu family now. The Jacket Failures, Hiro and Kaito. Secondhand Symphony. Celeste decided to invite Makoto, and he's bringing along Mikan as his +1. Where's my glove? You gotta have some wait staff here with Kurumi and Mai. Headphone Vibe and Marco. Once again, also saw his former team. He was once Headphone Vibe, and now he's not. Now he's part of the Catowner's Paradise. But ladies and gentlemen, he invited them, the unstoppable idol Sayaka and Barbara, with Rock On, Ibuki, and Reiko for some musical entertainment. Hornbears, Sato, and Rentaro. We see the selfless saviors Juzo and Mishima. Hashtag Spoiled, Togami, Natsumi, Brute Force, Sakura, and Mana, The Shorty Sleepover, Himiko, Kana, Peaceful Protest, Kyoko, Chiaki, Unlucky Adventure Team, Nagito, and Bennett, Capture the Moment, Angie, and now, Cutting Words, Toko and Peko, To Be Me, Chihiro, with Naoto, Hard Knock Life, Maki, and Kyutaro, A Fairy's Guide to Everything Magical, Usami, and Paimon. They're just here to be the show, if we're being completely honest. We still have Watching the World Burn with Monokuma. You wouldn't think that this team gets invited, but you know, in some instances, Marco vibes with the end. I'll tell you what. Sinister Side, Chisa, and Sarah. Parsnip, Genocide Jack, Turnip Boy. Pawn Shop, Mitarai and Mukuro. Dinner and a Show, Teru Teru and Date. Joe and Mama. Both athletes, Hina and Akane. Seeking Justice, Taka and George. Shatter Machine with Leon and Ningguang. And lastly, Friendly Fisticuffs with the Great Gozu and Kurumana, who just recently saw some victory. Could they see another one today and get you guys a fan vote? I don't know, but tell me. Are you celebrating Thanksgiving today? Are you American, and do you have American Thanksgiving, or are you from somewhere else? And do you have a Thanksgiving from wherever you are? That's a good question. I know other countries have other Thanksgivings at other times of the year. Do you have one? Let me know in the comments, because those comments could teach us a lot of things. And they're very important, like this one, and that one, and I think I need to make my picks for first, second, and third before I tell you guys the final episode before the free-for-all. The last batch of OCs show up Sunday. Oh, I hope you're right, because it's going to be an absolutely glorious event. But let me tell you my picks. I got Joe Mama for first, and I got Hiroko, because let me tell you, in like a week's time-ish? In like a weekish-ish time, we're gonna have Danganronpa summer camp or whatever it's called, and Hiroko's gonna be first. I promise you, that's not a prediction. It is a spoiler. Unless I can't do her first, in which case it won't be a spoiler. It'll just be a prediction. But I got her for first. Give me hashtag spoiled for second with Natsumi, and then give me carry the one shorty sleepover with Kana. I think she's gonna pull off her samurai woman in full force today. But those are my picks. Hopefully you made yours, because it is time to get going. And you know what we must do? We must Asnit? Who? You okay? you good, buddy? I'm concerned. I didn't do this. This was not my doing. You're giving me. You want me to? No. It's not even. We gotta wait until after Thanksgiving. Well, I guess somewhere in the world is technically after Thanksgiving Day. We can't do. It's too early. I guess somewhere it is probably after somebody's Thanksgiving dinner. You're trying to tempt me to do Christmas early. I don't know. Fine, let's do it. We're on the same page. It's about time. Let's go ahead. Ah, perfect. Excellent. Oh, you don't see anything different. Asner, hold on. Let's go down for a second. I think we're on the same page here. I think it's time we get the show on the road and make it shine. Oh, delightful. This is the beginning. It has begun. Come December 1st, we're in full Christmas mode. But I feel it already. Let's go and roll this. We got. How many times are we resimulating? I've just been feeling festive lately, and it is almost time to resimulate just twice. I'm very sated, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, whenever we do this, I'm gonna let them all down. And I'm not gonna put them back up. I couldn't test them. So this is just me saying, oh yeah, I like this. This is nice. This is nice. And imagine all of there's a remote. It's just different colors. We could just make it blue. We can make it, but we're gonna stick with the multicolor as we resimulate. Not one time, but for Celeste Holiday Mansion and Thanksgiving, I do believe. Can we actually, you know, let's not make it Christmassy yet. Let's stick to like a harvest orange. Yeah. For harvest time, we resimulate 2 times. Just twice. We got a harvest orange going on, but soon it'll be Christmas. And all those colors will come back, but right now we're gonna stick with that harvest orange. Imagine if OC action. We see chaos reign and we see the lights just turn red. That could happen this Sunday. Will it? I don't know. First, we gotta get through today's massive tag team episode, and we shall start by proceeding right here, right now. And as the tributes down on their podiums, the horns, they doth sound, so can we please, horn bearers, if you wish, if you would like, sound the horns. Oh, delightful. Date seriously contemplates suicide? No, Date, no. Dinner and a show? No. You know good and well Celeste invited Teru here because they go way back now, because they were a part of one of the nicest tag teams of all time. Turner Boy finds a huge rocket launcher. Toko runs away from the cornucopia. Akane finds a teleporter, teleports her to Garrick Mach Monastery. She steals an ancient relic and runs away, and returns to the game. Taka runs away from the cornucopia. Mana strangles Mukuro with a rope. Mukuro. I'd be mad at you doing poorly, but like, I do want Mana to also succeed. You are my ride or die this season, though. But not in tag teams. My tag team ride or dies. Ah, love to see it. Chiro and Sarah immediately become friends. Monokuma kills Sonya, then frames Reiko for it, and she gets punished. Leon spears Rantaro in the abdomen. Chiaki runs away from the cornucopia. Genocide Jack puts on a wizard robe that she found in that cornucopia, and boy, enough does she run off. Maybe she'll scatter some sparkles everywhere. Teru runs away from the cornucopia, as does the end Joe. Hiro and Kyoko work together to get as many supplies as possible. Mai grabs a sword. Usami runs away from the cornucopia, as does Hiroko. So does Nagito. And Naoto. Chisa, on the other hand, grabs a very sharp machete and starts slinging it around, making shing shing sounds. Mikan finds a bow, some quivers, or some arrows and a quiver, rather. A stray bolt of lightning causes Masaru and Togami to switch bodies. We saw this a lot, and I mean a whole lot, in previous seasons, but I feel like this might be one of the first times we've seen it this season. It's still been sitting in there, and Pekko's sitting in a hole, rather a pit, at the bottom of it, and not alive. Maki comes to the arena to capture Mishima, a dangerous killer that's escaped from an insane asylum. Well, you know what? I would be surprised, actually. The Great Gozu and Marco immediately become friends, surprisingly enough. George runs away from the cornucopia. Sato grabs a backpack. Let's go. Jump in and retreats. That's a lot of people down there. That's a lot of people. Gundam runs away from the cornucopia. Nigong also runs away from the cornucopia. Kaito refuses to fall into despair. However, it is the fatal version, as Himiko and Neku invite Bennett, Barbara, Makoto, Angie, Kurumi, Kuramada, Celeste, and Mitarai to a party. A super kick party. Himiko and Neku hit everyone with some sweet chin music one after another, kicking all of their heads clean off. You can't survive without a head. Can't survive without a head at all. That's the end of a lot of people. This has become a devastating bloodbath. Imagine if that hit like 2 or 3 times in the bloodbath. Paimon grabs as many weapons as possible in case a 1 was rolled. You were close though. You were close. It was 2. Kyutaro runs away from the cornucopia, as does Natsumi. Actually, she finds a model cornucopia inside of the cornucopia. Juzo finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Sayaka runs away from the cornucopia. Hina finds some AV-shaped popsicles inside of the cornucopia. They look like this. Look like I'm posing like Johnny Bravo. God, I love Johnny Bravo. God, I loved Bravo. Bravo from freaking Pokemon. My Bravo. There might be a Bravo in Pokemon. There's been a lot of Pokemon, I'll tell you what. But Ibuki and Sakura just run away from the cornucopia. Now, argues with Monokuma, and Kana can't handle the circumstances it commits to. It's because I picked you as an Akana. You couldn't handle the circumstances of me picking you and living with the Jinx staring you in the eyes, the icy cold glare of the Jinx piercing through your heart. You hate to see it. But you also love to see the start of day 1 because Taka catches the despair disease and starts posing. Dramatically. Kyoko washes her hands in the river on a scale of 1 to 10 AV. How much do you like Teru? That is an interesting question. I think before the Hunger Games, 3. As the Hunger Games went on, 7. I appreciate Teru more. I won't lie. I feel like doing the series, I've come to appreciate every character a little bit more. Akane silently snaps Ningguang's neck. I appreciate you a little bit less, Ningguang, or a little bit less, Akane, because me and Ningguang, we don't go way back yet, but boy did I had a struggle to get to her to C6. I'll tell you what. Nagito offers to sell his friendship to the Great Gozu. Kaito loves Christmas. You do, you love, you know what? Put it for you, Kaito. If you love Christmas, I got you some Christmas here. You better get yourself a Christmas win, Kaito. You better get yourself a Christmas win. Come on, my boy. Come on, you can do it. I tell you what. I tell you what, we're gonna switch it back to Harvest Orange, but I tell you, if you win Kaito, we're switching it right back. We're switching it right back to Christmas colors. I will buy mistletoe. I will hang it up right there. If you win this game, Kaito. Joe washes his hands in the river. Sakura bashes Date's head against a rock several times. You hate to see that. Monokuma theorizes how best to counter Avi's jinxing. You can't do it. Many have tried. Many have failed. Mai receives pancakes from Avi. You go, girl. You get those pancakes. Love to see you. Shiro receives clean water from the known sponsor. Sarah searches for firewood. Naoto beats Neku with a ladder. Leon tries to sneak attack Kyutaro, but Kyutaro catches on and actually just runs away. Toko, Usami, and Maki hold an intervention for Avi's pancake addiction. Give me a... Look. If you think for a moment, a second, that I have some kind of pancake addiction, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. That's not a thing that exists, me having a pancake addiction. And everyone who thinks I do is not gonna have a good time. Shall we get back to the action? Let's. That's not harvest orange, that's yellow. There you go. Hey, Mikon, Marco, Hiroko, and Mishima hunt for other tributes. Sato and Paimon insult each other relentlessly after getting to a bloody fight. Gundam's trapped in a box, like a mime, except there's poison in the box every hour. Is he dead? Is he alive? We can only find out if we click proceed. Turnip Boy. Some days I can't believe that Turnip Boy made it into the series, but it brings a smile to my face. Chiaki. Ibuki and Togami talk about their tributes, or about their hobbies. Sai can take a sip of tea. The scolding hot liquid proves too much for her. She spits it in Amana's face. The end gets drenched in honey. That's sticky. Himiko and Masaru threaten double suicide. It fails and they both die. Juzo asks for AV's soundboard. You know what, Juzo? Yeah, you can have it. Especially with the people you're inviting. It's an odd pairing of people, I'll be completely honest. But y'all get groovy, actually. Y'all get groovy. It's not September, but it's almost December. And whether it's September or December, you should always make sure that you remember. Hina spends a date ticket on Genocide Jack, and Hiro accidentally detonates a mine while trying to arm it. He has exploded, but his mom was still around. We lost 22 in that single day. We got a lot of people, so that's not really that many. But we do need a Claire de Lune for Mukuro, Sonia, Reiko, Rantaro, Peko, Bennett, Barbara, Makoto, Angie, Kurumi, Kuramata, Celeste, Mitarai, Kana, Ningguang, Date, Toko, Usame, Maki, Masaru, Himiko, Hiro. We gotta see everybody's statuses. How many people do we have? Oh, I don't know. We really gotta check. We only have 38 left? This game was a little bit smaller than I thought it was. I thought it was a lot of people. I thought Celeste was going out off the wall bonkers with all these invitations, but there's only really 38 people left. That's not really as many as we think it is, because one feast, one arena event could turn the tides on that number. But in terms of people who are still in, just Marco from Catowner's Paradise, Chunibiu Family Stars Gundam, Jacket Failures with Kaito, Secondhand Symphony with Mikon, Where's My Glove with Mai, Headphone Vibin' with Neku, 8 KOs, my gosh, Unstoppable Idols with Sayaka, Rock On with Ibuki, Sato for the Horn Bears, this entire row, shockingly enough. Every other, on the first 3 rows, every team has lost one person. This next row, everyone's still around. Shorty Sleepover's completely out. Peaceful Protest is completely in. Nagito for the Unlucky Adventure Team, Capture the Moment with Now. To Be Me completely in. Hard Knock Life with Kyutaro. Affairs Guide to Everything Magical with Paimon. Watching the World Burn completely in. So is Sinister Side and Parsnip, but Pawn Shop has suffered. Dinner and a Show still has Teru. Joe Mama still in. Well-Fed Athletes completely in. Seeking Justice completely in. Shatter Machine still has Leon to try and shatter the system, shatter expectations, and friendly fisticuffs want you to get that fan vote. The Great Gozu is trying to get it for you. And that's the 38 who are left. Let's find out which of those 38 will perish next. As we have a nice little harvest time, let's go ahead, let's get going, and let's proceed to see. It's night 1. George, Genocide, Jack, and Sarah spend all night making a treehouse together. The end product isn't very good, but the important thing is that they worked on it together. Right? Yeah, I like that. It's a good treehouse in my book. Y'all did great. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. Monokuma steals Togami's first kiss. Togami washes his mouth with muddy water, prompting Monokuma to kill Togami. I feel like Togami might do that if Monokuma kissed him. Mana cuts off both of Joe's arms, but he's still around. Chisa dies of dysentery, she's not around anymore. Mikan gets a hold of my soundboard and plays Samurai, but wait, you can't... It's not the top 10... Oh, you know what? That's a groove, that's a bop, that is a banger. I'll allow it. Gundam finds a care package but is unable to open it. Sakura and Akane create their own secret code language so they can communicate safely without any unwanted eavesdroppers listening in. Maki grabs Kaito by the throat. That's okay. Turnip Boy delivers an intense motivational speech. This man's who doesn't talk. To Chihiro and Kyoko, inspiring them to give their all this game. The end. Paimon and Neku get into a scrum debate with Mai, Sato, and Leon on who the strongest character in Danganronpa is. Ibuki questions her sanity. Chiaki accidentally sticks her hand in her campfire that she made. That's gonna hurt. Marco also steals Juzo's first kiss. Juzo washes out his mouth with muddy water, prompting Marco to take Juzo out. There's been so much kissing. That event's been in here for so long, but it doesn't usually come up. But we see Hiroko receiving medical supplies from an unknown sponsor, and she knows how to use it because she's a nurse. Teru finds a DDR machine and somehow finds a switch to plug it into. Of course, it's Celeste's holiday mansion. She's got all sorts of electricity. All sorts of outlets. Teru steps on the DDR machine, sparkles and balloons appear out of nowhere, and he gets down, he gets groovy. Nagito, Taka, cuddle together for the night. As soon as Nagito falls asleep though, Taka stabs him. Kyutaro, Saika, and Mishima have s'mores around the campfire. Naoto gets a hold of my soundboard, but she gets struck down for copyrighted music. How dare ya? To build each other's trust, Now and the Great Gozu decide to do trust falls on the very first instant. Now steps aside and lets the Great Gozu fall to the ground. Well, it is a big beefy boy and you are a small girl. I think you should have seen that coming, Great Gozu. The ghostly howls of wolves wake up Natsumi, and Hina uses night vision goggles to navigate through the arena. Night vision. No, those are not night vision. I couldn't see a thing. We will proceed. It is day 2. And now receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a giant stuffed bear. Which one of y'all did that? I'm sure Now loved it. Good on you, Now. You deserve it. You deserve it. Neku embraces the power of positivity. Neku rocks. Chiaki stabs Hiroko with a sword, revives them with her wish ring, repeats the process until the wish ring burns her hand. Hiroko is able to run off. She escapes. Hina strangles Paimon after engaging in a fist fight. Taka asks for Mai's axolotl. Mai's like, you know what? I got an axolotl. Here you go, Taka. Leon camouflages himself in the bushes. Mikan makes a slingshot. Ibuki hopes that Avi doesn't jinx her. Hold on. Oh, Gundam! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your world famous tag team champs and feel the power! As Marco embraces the power of positivity, Marco rocks. I'm here for that. Mishima encounters a fruit bat who takes a liking to him. Joins his side. Teru feigns death, tricking Turnip Boy into ignoring him. Kaito is making Naoto angry. Kaito is not gonna like Naoto when she's angry. Monokuma steps on a landmine. He blows up. That's what happens when you step on landmines, if you didn't know. Sato, Sarah, Natsumi, and the End join the Chad-Septiceye cult. I'm not entirely certain what that is, as Saika confides in Sakura. Chihiro challenges Kyutaro and George to an anything-goes pancake eating competition, but let me tell you, Kyutaro Berg, a man who has a food in his name, is going on to the World Pancake Championship. Kyutaro, do us proud. Mana reminisces about Season 1. You weren't in Season 1. What are you doing? The Great Gozu puts all of his faith into Atua. Kyoko and me, we go way back. Genocide Jack is working on an ad that will appear in the next episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. Joe is being a clown, and Akane wishes for immortality and is promptly disqualified for cheating. We lost. Not as many people as day one, but still, a nice little healthy 7. That leaves us with 31 remaining. So first and foremost, can we get a Claire de Lune 4? Togami, Chisa, Juzo, Nagito, Paimon, Monokuma, Akane. Feel the power, man. What a positive day that was. We still got 31 left. We only lost 7. I'll do a slow scroll for you guys, but we don't need to read everyone who's left. You know who's left. You've been paying attention. And if you haven't, how dare you? If you haven't, I guess, you know, it's a holiday. You might be doing other things. You enjoy your holiday. But if you're here enjoying your holiday, thanks for enjoying your holiday with me on the United States Aviator channel. However, I think we still gotta keep on keeping on. We gotta, you gotta, she gotta, he gotta, they gotta proceed. Let's go ahead. Let's step into the action. 31 remain. So many teams still in. But we've seen bloody days, and we could see another one, especially at the start of night 2. Gundam and Mana get lost in the coldest part of the arena. They're gonna have to huddle together for warmth. The Inn does a quick prayer to Atua before going off to sleep. Hina cuddles up against Genocide Jack. Natsumi tends to Ibuki's wounds. The Grey Gozu accidentally sticks his hand in the campfire that he made. Neku is killed by Turnip Boy. Before we can go to the planned meeting he has with Mai, Mai's just gonna wait there like, well, where is this Neku? And he's just gonna be dead. Perished. Rest in peace. Sato pays Sakura 500 mana coins to kill her medieval style via the rats. Mishima sets up for a few more traps before heading off to camp for the night. George tucks Nao into bed and gives him a good night kiss. Hiroko and Kyutaro stare at each other through the crackling flames of their campfire, the thought of murder on their minds. Teru relaxes by his fireplace. Naoto confesses her love for Taka. Taka gives her a look of disapproval. He's like, no love on school grounds. Marco battles Chihiro in an intense game of rock, paper, scissors. Marco loses it and has a sad feeling in his chest. Kyoko confesses her love for Chiaki, and Chiaki gives her a look of disapproval. She's like, no, there's no room for love in video games. Mikan and Leon, the rest of this event is not welcome in a school environment. Joe steals Kaito's first kiss. Sayaka, instead of him washing out his mouth with muddy water and getting murdered by Joe, Sayaka's like, is that a JoJo reference? She might have just saved Kaito's life. If Kaito wins, we're not gonna thank Sayaka though. We're not. Sarah dies of dysentery. Everyone is just a little safer because we know Sarah, she's dangerous. She could pop off at a moment's notice. Just like day 3. As Turnip Boy chews too much gum and dies of horrible stomach pains. You hate to see it. Sayaka tells Gundam that she is a cardboard clone of Sayaka created by Avi. It's true. Little did you all know. Many seasons ago, I took out Sayaka. You know how many seasons ago I'm talking about. Many seasons ago. I'm talking season 1. I'm talking when Junko, Jack, and I took out Sayaka. And she was gone forever. And then I was like, you know what? I can't let the people do that, so I created a cardboard clone. That's been Sayaka the whole time, and now she's rebelling against me? Just like, it was too good of a clone. Naoto encounters a fruit bat who immediately takes a liking to her side. Or a liking to her and joins her side. Mana chops down a tree with falls onto Kyoko, killing her. You hate to see it. Chihiro has balloons, and Hina comes along and pops them. Chihiro proceeds to kill Hina for destroying the balloons. You didn't do anything wrong, Hina. You didn't do anything wrong. Joe is trying to overthrow Avi. Joe fails miserably but survives thanks to Mama. That's good teamwork right there. And Hatsumi spends the whole day walking around in shoes made of Lego. She is truly transcended beyond humanity. Sakura forces Mishima to kill either George or Kyutaro. He refuses to kill, so Sakura kills Mishima instead. That's the Mishima I know. That is the Mishima I know. It also sucks because someone else very close to him perishes in just a moment. Mikan wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Marco finds a magic staff brimming with arcane energy, uses a spell of his own. He kills Now. Right back to back, Now and Mishima, you hate to see it. Dang, it's a lot of refusal to KO. As Teru forces Leon to kill the End or Ibuki, clearly he would be like, oh yeah, I gotta rock out with Ibuki, so I gotta kill the End. But maybe he was like, you know what? The End ain't that bad. He refuses to kill, so Teru takes him out instead. Kaito fights the wrestler and uses his signature move. the moon drop elbow to kill the great Gozu. It is an elbow drop, so devastating. Drives right through the heart. Kill the great Gozu. Genocide Jack dyes her hair gold. Chiaki has balloons, and Mai comes along and pops them. You love to see that, Mai. You do love to see that. Taka dies from hypothermia. We lost 11. 11 more are gone. That brings us right down to 20. And it's a clear Daylune 4. Neku, Sato, Sarah, Turner Boy, Kyoko, Hina, Mishima, Now, Leon, the Great Gozu, Taka. And as we see everybody's statuses, we gotta do a quick Control F alive. We still have 20 left. 20. We always gotta double check, but it's your final 20. Crazy things could happen. When we get to your final 20, we still have Marco, Gundam, Kaito, Mikan, Mai, Sayaka, freaking Sayaka, Ibuki, all of Brute Force, and Natsumi from #Spoiled. Peaceful Protest still sees Chiaki, Chihiro, and Naoto still remain for To Be Me, Kyutaro for Hard Knock Life, Watching the World Burn with the end. Parsnip still has Genocide Jack, Dinner and a Show with Teru Teru. Joe Mama still has Joe and Mama. And Seeking Justice with George Jackman. But we gotta keep going. We gotta proceed. We don't know what else is gonna unfold on this Thanksgiving Day, on this harvest time. We will proceed and we will see. We start night 3 with Hiroko, Sayaka, and Mana sleeping in shifts. Mai, Ibuki, and the end discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Chiaki loves Joe as much as Maki loves Kokichi. I did not know that Chiaki had a deep-seated hatred for Joe. I had no idea. Naoto, Chihiro, Mikan, and Marco make shadow puppets. Everyone's so much better at it than Marco that he starts to get jealous. Kaito severely slices Natsumi with a sword. Genocide Jack has a fever dream and she wakes up to Kyoko standing over them. Gundam and Sakura get into a submission match where the loser, if they tap out, they must go. They must go out of the arena head hung in shame and they will be eliminated from the game. Gundam is locked in Sakura's ankle lock, taps out, and must leave the arena. Well, I'll be frank, if Sakura's got me in the ankle lock, I'm tapping out too. And Teru Teru makes a banquet for Kyutaro and George. They both love the food, I would hope so, because that is his talent, making the foods, making the good foods. We will proceed, and it is day 4, and you know what happens at the very start of day 4. Ibuki wakes up immediately, and you know what she does. Let me tell you what she does. She has pancakes immediately. No, she doesn't just have pancakes, she yawns, she stretches, she's like, oh, I'm having a good time. And she sits up like the Undertaker and starts scarfing up pancakes out of nowhere. And she goes right on to that World Pancake Championship Invitational. Ibuki, girl, you go ahead and get yourself that title that you've never had. The only one you've never had. Mai chases Naoto around with a mace. Hiroko attempts to massage Kyutaro's shoulders, but accidentally ends up strangling him. That'll do it. So gosh, Sakura and Kaito went for their tributes, but Chiaki somehow managed to delete George, Genocide Jack, and Mikan from existence while just saying, just Chiaki. Sayaka, Chihiro, and Mana, and the end talk about their hobbies. On a scale of 1 to 10 AV, how much do you hate Joe? 0! I love that. That is second best boy, Jin's best boy, but that is second best boy. Teru Teru goes nya nya to an Marco. He's like, I was Celeste's right-hand man. I was the one. I'm the right-hand man. And he was trying to annoy Marco. He's like, just get away from me. I'm in charge. I'm with Celeste now. We will proceed, and we will see. It is 6 gone. We lost 6 more, and we're at your final 14 after this Claire de Lune 4. Natsumi, Gundam, Kyutaro, George, Genocide Jack, Mikan. And that leaves us, as we share everybody's statuses, with Marco once again. Could win, it is a holiday episode. Jack and Failure still see Kaito. Mai remains for Where's My Glove. The Unstoppable Idols still have Sayaka. Rock On remains with Ibuki. Brute Force still around with Sakura and Mana. Chiaki remains for Peaceful Protest. To Be Me's completely in. Chihiro and Naoto. Watching the World Burn, the End is trying to get himself his first win. Dinner and a Show still sees Teru Teru trying to still hold out for Celeste, even though they're not on the same team. Joe Mama's completely in. And that's it. Those are your 14. 4 more into your saving grace picks. Do you need them? You might need them. So let's proceed and get them. Because I doubt we'll lose less than 4. Unless we just lose none, because RNG loves to say, hey, we're not going to lose any. We will proceed, and it is night. The end sneaks into the back room of Yoko's items and misfortune, but unknowingly gets seen by Sayaka, an employee of the store, who locks the door behind him. You're telling me that Sayaka, no. Freaking Sayaka works at Yoko's items and misfortunes, huh? Okay. Teru latches onto Marco's back and tries to blow himself up to protect Mai. Despite his best efforts, Marco survives the blast. Teru was really trying to make sure that Marco does not come out on top for Celeste. He was like, I will not be replaced. Joe, Mana, Chiaki, and Sakura play a friendly game of Uno in which Chiaki wins. Kaito convinces Chihiro not to kill him, only to kill him instead. Kaito, you can't believe you did that. But if you get you a win, then keep doing it. Naoto strangles Hiroko after engaging in a fistfight. Mama, no. And Ibuki rejects her reality and substitutes her own. Consequently, she ends up dead. But she might get herself some pancakes. We will proceed. It is day the feast. As the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, memoirs from the tribute's family, Sayaka takes a staff leaning against the cornucopia. The end is unable to convince Chiaki not to kill him. Rest in peace. Naoto severely slices Kaito with a sword. You were close, Kaito. You were close. Just wish you were a lot closer, and by a lot closer I mean first, but you know it is what it is. Joe steals Mai's memoirs. Marco tries to convince Sakura that their steamed hams are homemade. Sakura doesn't buy it, so Marco kills the champ, Sakura. And Mana falls into a frozen lake and drowns. That's the end of that's the end of their team. That's the end of their team. Just right there, brute force is gone. In a moment's notice. We lost a lot. We're at your like final 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your final 6 as we proceed. It is your final 6. Oh, thank goodness, Chiaki. Thank goodness. Strangle Sayaka with a rope. You do love to see that. Joe wants Ava to give Waffles a chance. No. Marco makes a dirt statue. Naoto knocks over the head, so Marco decapitates Naoto and uses her instead. And Mai bleeds out due to untreated injuries. We are down to 3. 3? Chiaki, Joe, and Marco? 11? We are down to 3. Goodness gracious, after this Claire de Lune 4. Teru, Chihiro, Hiroko, Ibuki, the end, Kaito, Sakura, Mana, Sayaka, Naoto, Mai. And we'll see everybody's statuses one more again. We are down to your final 3. Which means at your final 3, you might need some new picks. Usually we do this within your final 10, but we didn't get that opportunity, and we're all the way at your final 3, so I think it's time that you made some very special picks, some very special new picks, some very special saving grace picks. There are 3 left, so you have a very good chance of nailing these saving grace picks. We have Marco. Could he be the next victim of Celeste's curse? The one where she dies early and her partner goes on to win at the Holiday Mansion. Could he do it today? Catowner's Paradise. For the fan vote, peaceful protest. Chiaki's got 5 KOs to her name. She's trying to make sure that this is a just Chiaki episode. She started doing it earlier. Can she finish it right here, right now? And lastly, we got Joe Mama. Joe remains. Joe has seen tag team gold. In fact, this entire team has seen gold. Hiroko has held gold. Last year, I think they both respectively won Best Boy and Best Girl, and now they are teamed up together. Could they use that power to win this game? Well, Joe wasn't, but he was on the team of the man who did, Yuta. Could they do it today? Make your saving grace picks known, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. In the comments, like the comment, subscribe to the channel, and reply to your comment. Do what you gotta do to make your picks known, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I'm gonna make mine now. It would be remiss of me not to pick Marco at this point for Celeste in the Holiday Mansion. It's a holiday episode. He's gonna win. It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. I hate to be that guy, but we will proceed and we will see that I'm going to pick Chiaki for 2nd. I think it's going to be close to the fan vote, But these two also have the most KOs, so I'm like, yeah, they'll probably get it. And then we have Joe. I got Joe for third. Those are my top, in the order that they appear right now, those are my top 3. But I'm known to be wrong many a times, but there's only like a 1 in 3 chance that I'm gonna be wrong this time. I'm telling you, Marco wins this one. It's not a prediction, it's a holiday. It's a spoiler. We should have known from the start, right? But I will say it's your final 3. And within your final 5, even though at this point I might click proceed and it might just be over in a second, we might only be hearing the music that we like to call crises of fate for just a moment. Will we? I don't know. But we will proceed, and we will see. I got, jeez Louise, y'all both tried to stop me from playing Crises of Fate. I'm gonna stop playing it anyway because after Joe stopped being selfish, Chiaki gets a hold of my soundboard within an hour, struck down not by copyright but by a bolt of lightning for playing the copyrighted music, and Marco gets a hold of my soundboard and plays Dire Dire Docks. Vibes to Dire Dire Docks. However, will this vibing be enough to get him the win? Because right now, it's just him and Joe. We won't be vibing to Dire Dire Docks for long because only one can come out on top. And I have to ask you, who? Will it be Joe? Marco? Joe from Joe Mama. He's seen success in the past. Can he see success in the future? Can he see success in the now? Is the real question. Joe Mama, Joe Hiroko. Could they come out with gold at the end of the season? Can they come out with the win today? Marco. It's a holiday episode. And Celeste is here. She has perished early. And Teru Teru has tried to stop you left and right from being the new him. Are you going to be the new Teru Teru? Will you replace Teru Teru? Can you win for Celeste? There's a lot on his back. But it could be Joe. Joe Mama. He wants gold back on his back. Joe wants Joe Mama to be tag team champions. Regardless of what happens, one of them, the other one will go to the. Oh, that's interesting. Celeste is already on the tag team retribution match, isn't she? Oh, if Marco wins, we can see a lot of jumping for tag team retribution. But regardless of what happens, whoever wins here, the other person will go to retribution. That is true. And for once, I have to just tell you we're gonna go on and proceed. I already asked you who it was gonna be. You should already know. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler that... It is a spoiler! Joe gets drenched in honey. Unfortunately, he is allergic. And he dies. I should have picked them from the start. But when it got down to 3, I was like, okay, Marco's winning. Marco's clearly winning. Right? It was impossible for him not to. Because after this terrible turnabout for Chiaki, Joe. We'll see everybody's we don't even know we don't need to see everybody's statuses. We already know who's coming. We should have known from the get-go who was gonna win this one. It was true from the start that your winner, following the curse that is Celeste, she loses early in those holiday episodes, but her partner comes out strong. Teru Teru tried to do what he could to make sure that Marco didn't come out on top, to make sure that he did not get replaced, to make sure that Marco couldn't do what he did, but Marco stood tall, Marco stood strong, and for Catowner's Paradise, Marco won. What can I say? I know what I can say. We should have known. Lord, I even brought down the lights. You know what? It's a holiday. Good on. We should have known. I put on harvest lights. We should have known. That's all I can say. That we should have known. And as we proceed, we will proceed. We should have known. We should have known. It wasn't Kaito's day. It was a holiday. I'm sorry, Kaito, but we should have known. As we look at our placements, Marco came out on top with 4 KOs. Joe in second with none, almost got a pass to this victory. Chiaki in third with 5 KOs, that's true. Mai in fourth, Naoto in fifth, Sayaka in sixth, Mana in seventh, Sakura in eighth. Mana, Sakura right next to each other, brute force. Kaito in ninth, and rounding off your top 10 was the end of the top 10, but that means it's the beginning of us bringing up the tag team bracket. Thanks to Marco, Jin and Celeste find themselves in tag team action for that gold. Can they come out on top and win the whole thing? Could Catowner's Paradise be owning a little gold at the end of the season? I don't know. But because of this, we have a little jumping around to do. Instead of just 2 people going on, we'll have 3. To the Retribution Rumble. And here is what unfolded. We take second and third, Joe. Not Chiaki though. We don't take Chiaki because she's already on the tag team finale. 4th place was mine, we don't take her either. Naoto was next on the list. She goes on to the Retribution Rumble with Joe. However, a lady known as Celeste was also previously on the tag team Retribution match, but she's no longer there because she is now in the finale. So her spot's got to be replaced this episode too, and the next person will be Sayaka, but she's already in this Retribution Rumble, and that brings us to Brute Force's Mana getting another shot, and boy will she be a competitor when it comes to the Rumble. And I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. As we do a quick scroll, we gotta scroll down and see everybody who's left. From Hiroko, Ibuki, Nowell's down there, and we get further down and further down. We see all these people that keep on going. Celeste, Mukuro down at the end there. We don't like to think about Mukuro. It's not my saving grace, because my singles rider dies. I might be cursed. But Celeste, 49th. Marco took it all for her. And as we proceed, we gotta bring this one to a close, as Mana started this thing by strangling Mukuro, did well enough to get into the Rumble. But the story remains that Marco from Catowner's Paradise carried on for Celeste. It's a holiday episode, that's all that I can say. We will proceed. Himiko and Neku with that super kick party at the start had 8 KOs. Neither of them really came up too far, but let me tell you, Marco with 4 KOs, Sakura with 4, Kaito had really a good game, so you can't really be too mad at him. Wish he would have had a slightly better game, maybe first, that would have been nice. Monokuma had 3, everyone else had 2 or less. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll go back to the reaping. We'll go back to the reaping, and we'll see right there at the start, Celeste, Marco. And there's just 2 tag team episodes left before the Retribution Rumble, and then the finale. And then tag team action is done for the season. December is about to approach. This is the last Thursday in November. Stay classy. Year of the Ascent until tomorrow's singles episode. What's it gonna be? I know, but I don't know. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Until then, thanks for watching.